left to lose if we run? I can't believe the night lay waste to all we'd given. But honestly, you've gotta know that this ain't living. But we could run from Elysium and let it burn, let it burn. You've gotta know that nothing lasts forever. I can't believe myself. I never thought that this would be our end, but it's nothing new. And my lover's honesty, I can push it back down if I have to. If you want me to, 'cause we can run. And we can run. The stars they fall all for you. So tell me now, what's left to lose if we run? can't believe the night lay waste to all we'd given. But honestly, you've gotta know that this ain't living. But we could run from Elysium and let it burn, let it burn. You've gotta know that nothing lasts forever. I can't believe myself. I never thought that this would be our end, but it's nothing new. And my lover's honesty, I can push it back down if I have to. If you want me to, 'cause we can run. And we can run, 'cause times they call all for you. So tell me now, what's left to lose if we run?
Given by the ES committee members. May I remind you to turn your phones into silent mode and be respectful throughout this session. Your cooperation is expected and appreciated. Announcing the arrival of Party Representative Mr. Ahmad Izzat Hamzi bin Faisal Anwar, President of Varsity Civic Party VCP. Mr. Raif Naufal bin Rudino, President of Student Progressive Party SDP. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the UTP Campus Election Townhall session. On behalf of the organizing committee, we are indeed blessed to have all of you here today to witness this amazing event. My name is Fakri Hakimi, and I shall be your MC for this Townhall session. Before we start our event, may I invite Mr. Danish Zikri to recite the Dua. Please welcome.
kemudian kita آمين آمين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين اللهم إنك خالق العظيم إنك سميع العليم إنك الغفور الرحيم إنك رب العرش العظيم إنك البر الجواد الكريم Ya Allah, Ya Rahim, praise be to God, the Lord of the worlds. Peace and blessings be upon our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions, and for those who followed his example till the judgment. Allahumma Ya Allah, on this blessed evening, in conjunction with the election secretary to the 24th session, we beseech Thee and grateful towards You in favor of all the infinite blessings to us. Your humble servant to live a safe and prosperous life. We seek Your blessing for the flawless progress of this event from the beginning till the end. We seek Your guidance to steer clear of events that would be detrimental to the progress of this. Ya Latif, Ya Rahman, please bless us with the tawfiq and hidayah. Please get university and technology prepare us to greatness, peace, glory, and prosperity in this world and hereafter. Make us responsible intellectuals, grant us with valuable knowledge, beneficial to mankind to gain Your mother. Make us Your righteous servant that follows Your commands and neglect the simple acts. Please forgive us for our wrongdoing. Amin ya Rabbal Alamin.
Thank you for the dua recitation. May our event be full of blessings and run smoothly. Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin the town hall session, I will first explain how the town hall session should run. Each party will be given 10 minutes to further explain their manifestos based on the feedback gained during our previous party manifesto night. This will be followed by a 20 minutes Q&A session where the opposition and regular attendees may directly question the presenter's point. The bell will ring once after the first 10 minutes, and you may proceed with the Q&A session. The next bell will ring twice, indicating the end of the Q&A session. During the Q&A session, those who wish to question the respective manifesto should line up and take turn to speak into the mic. I will remind all of you once again that this town hall session may involve emotions, but be respectful and avoid comments on any sensitive issues. Without any further delay, I would like to call upon party representative from the Varsity Civic Party VCP to present their manifesto. The floor is yours. Please begin.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And hi everyone. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin wa bihi nasta'in ala umuri dunya wad din. Wassalatan wassalaman ala Rasulil Amin sallallahu alaihi wasallam wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Qalu subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Hi everyone. I'm honored to welcome all of you guys, distinguished guests, SPEC, all the three members, parties, and fellow students. Alright, in this welcome and instant hall sessions, where we reflect and envision our future to build the future of UTP that we want. And as the president of Varsity Civic Party, we exist in UTP to empower and advocate your needs, to enhance and your voice to the students and management. That's why as we want to start the Townhall session, I would like to pick a surah, an ayah in Al-Quran. قال الله تعالى وما أرسلناك إلا رحمة للعالمين This ayah reflects from the prophets and also the God, how the leaders should be, how a good leader should be. And this is the same as the quote at John F. Kennedy, reflects that leadership transcends authority. It is an art to unite individuals or people from diverse background for the diverse background under a shared vision. So next, under UTP, under VCP, we want to enhance through our mission and visions to uphold the autonomy and increase and empower supported every students in UTP. Next, so based on that, 4 pillars or 5 pillars from VCP that we want fight for the management and also for the students. The first one, sustainability. Next. Now, when we talk about sustainability, it's not a choice. It's a necessity. What we take action today defines the legacy for the future, for the generation to come. Next. So the first one, we want to introduce a centralized new database for clubs in UTP. This is a new initiative. And I believe it is the same, seiras dan seirama dengan aspirasi CST, where we want to create a centralized club where every student, every participation in your programs, every events that you join, we will try and record for you guys. Why this is important? The first one, every high course of the club, we will provide a medium for you guys to manage your database and membership clearly and very smoothly. Second, it can help you in your resume because from your participation from your foundation studies until your final year, it's all being recorded in the formal medium. Therefore, it can help you to build your resume. And the third one, when we look on the long terms of UTP, why not? In the long term, we can do a star point where every student, to encourage every student to participate in every event that we can do. Next, the second one, your metric card is your debit card. Why this is important? Because kita nak duduk sama rendah, berdiri sama tinggi dengan universiti yang lain. Yang mana kita lihat, in the public universities, USM, UIA, UM, everyone has the HB bank be implemented in their metric ID. So why not in UTP? So from VCP, this is our mission and vision. We want to create collaboration with any financial institution to make your metric card is your debit card. Why this is important? The privilege and benefits, such as you go to the Mixware, you go to the Mary Brown, Sunway Lagoon, also Tambun, everybody can get a free discount from that thing, from that collaboration on your metric card ID. So this is the change that we want in UTP. Next, the last one is sustainability. We want about the student of welfare. The first one, student welfare fund, where every student, we know, we heard you, especially in the end of the semester, in the end of the month. Many students of UTP finds no money in the end of the sem. So we want to provide support, financial support from you guys. A student welfare fund around from the CSE engagement, we want to provide you student welfare fund and also food bank where each of you that have no money, that need support from management and SRC, we will provide you the support. Alright, so that's all for sustainability. I pass the mic to my deputy.
Alright, so everyone, good evening. I am Joshua Lau, the Deputy Chairman of VCP. So I'll be covering the next few pillars of our manifesto. So now we'll be going to student success. Next. Okay, so for student success, our first point is that we want to establish a clearer pathway for CFS students. So most of us here, we are from UTP CFS Foundation Program. So when we go to degree, we feel lost sometimes, you know. For me, I experienced a few things that really helped me with that process. So first, mentor-mentee program. When I moved to degree, I had some senior friends. They really helped me. So I believe that this mentor-mentee program will just, you know, solidify so that everybody has a senior to help them. Maybe they can be your senior by 1 year, maybe even 1 sem, but they can give you somewhat of an image of what you can expect when you enter degree. Next is to enhance the continuity of the OWIC buddy groups. So these buddy groups are people that have been with you since day one. So, you know, when you transition, they're still there for you. You know, you still have that support. So, you know, you don't feel so stressed UCS, you're not so scared, that sort of thing. And next for bootcamp. So in the EE department and also some other departments, we had bootcamp. And I feel it really helped me to meet other people and all that. So it really helped to make it easier when I went to degree. So I want and I hope that when VCP becomes the SRC, we want to push for it to be compulsory for all departments to have bootcamp. Next. Hall of Fame. Okay, this is under us wanting to have more platforms to recognize student success. So I think some of you guys here, you've gone for competitions and all that. You win stuff, but you just get an IG story or an IG post that maybe gets reposted. But most of the time, it just gets swiped past. So how about we have an official platform? We have so many billboards now. Maybe, okay, so let's say you want to have that recognition, you want to have that pride in you. So you can opt. It's an optional thing, of course, because some don't want their face there. So we can put your face up on those billboards to show, oh, this is what UTP students have achieved. And yeah, because we want to push you guys, we want to push the students of UTP so that you guys will be well-rounded students. Because that is the end goal of us coming to UTP, so that when we get out there into the market, we are marketable. Okay, next. Diversity and inclusion, next. So we want to empower UTP's rich cultural diversity. How? Simplest way, food. You see, this cafe right here is not here anymore. Yes, there's a tender for it already, but we want to push so that when new new contracts are signed, it's not just based on, oh, this person sells good food. No, but we want to diversify the food that we have on campus, because to be honest, most of the food is pretty similar, so it's boring. And we also want to have more cultural exhibitions under SRC. We want to use SRC's voice to bring more students in, so that students know of the events, students can come for the events, and yeah, we want people to know more about it, because now there are many of it, but people don't come for it. That's what we want to change. That's what we want to improve on. Next. Call to action. Improve the living experience in UTP. So, how do we want to do that? We are working together with Digit to form, SRC. We will be one of the departments in UCS that you can send reports to, so that if you're shy to send to management, send it to us first, and then we can amplify your voice, so that you don't have to shy, you don't have to go straight to management. So yeah, we want to help you so that you can have more UCS reports and you can actually see change. And with that, we also want to put more QR codes around the campus for UCS. So you see a problem, straight away you can scan the QR code and then you can report on the spot. And that also comes together with making UCS more user-friendly. And then improve the accessibility of existing facilities. Okay, UTP, we already have a lot of good facilities, but the problem is a lot of them are run down. A lot of them, people don't even know about them, and we don't know how to access them. That's what we want to change. Put guidelines, repair, update, keep the facilities good so that they are future-proof. You don't want to use some random old washing machine that's going to explode on you. So yeah, you want to keep those working fine. And for the guidelines for clubs, so we know from the previous tenure that SRC receives a certain amount of money for clubs to request. So when these clubs request, we want to have proper guidelines so that these clubs can request and actually get their funding. It's not much, but I understand that for events, every single cent counts. All right, next.
Thank you, VCP. Now we will open this floor to Q&A session. Your first 10 minutes for presentation finish.
All right, thank you.
Okay. So let me introduce myself. I'm Townhall. Okay, I have 4 questions to ask. So I'll start with first one. When you guys say about tracking our achievement, isn't it? So, and you guys say it's a new initiative. You guys want to come up with an idea. But do you guys aware that we actually do have a attendance list, which is called as achievement attendance list. But before COVID, it was active. But right after the COVID, it was just down. Do you guys aware of that? And then why you guys want to do a new platform, new initiative? You guys mentioning it as new initiative, but it's already existed. Do So it's about Wi-Fi. I think you ever covered about Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's actually the next slide.
So it's okay, but I really saw your manifesto. I knew it. So last time during your tenure, last previous tenure, and then you guys do about Wi-Fi, isn't it? But you guys failed to do it because I know that because students still are complaining about Wi-Fi, isn't it? How many of you guys have problem with Wi-Fi? Did you guys see that? So did you guys didn't feel that I already failed? You guys already failed. So this year, you guys still come up with the same manifesto and then saying that okay, we can improve the Wi-Fi, but you guys already failed about it. And there's another two questions. I would like to let you guys to answer first because
Okay,
I
so
don't think
your first one was regarding the current existing platform that for student achievement, right? Like you said, it was deactivated during COVID, right? Okay, so it was deactivated, and you know it wasn't brought back. And obviously, there's a reason that it wasn't brought back. And why? Okay, fair enough. We didn't check that out, but now UTP, our campus is quite a lot different from what it was last time. I would say people are more keen to looking at social media and all that, which is probably why they take the current step, which is to put social media postings and all that. But now we have the billboards. It's so big. It's literally a pocket D in front of the main gate also. And you know, it's not just for us students, you know, it's not just, you know, for pride and all that, but it also helps UTP portray that this is what our students do. Because it's on the billboards. When people walk by, when people drive by, they will see it. This is what UTP students do. This is what UTP students achieve. You know? And when we come in, we see this. And you know, I feel it's not just the pride for the person that achieved those things, but it's also for us as UTP students. We feel the pride because these are our own people, UTP students, UTPians that are achieving such things. Don't you want to be proud of your friends also? So it's not that you know, we want to make a whole new system. I mean, yes, the old system is there, but why not use things that are new, things that are available already? Is that, why not use it? And okay, next, for the Wi-Fi, let me ask you this. You said, sorry, let me say this. You said that the previous tenure failed to do that. Yes, okay. I myself have a lot of problems with the Wi-Fi. I gotta admit that, okay? But I ask you, in our lineup, do you see any of the old tenure?
First of all, I would like to clarify. You didn't answer my question yet because I'm asking about tracking your record, achievement record. And then you are talking about we guys want to show our students pride. Of course, we guys proud of if we achieve something. But the thing is about I'm asking about tracking achievement, not about showing the achievement. That's a two different thing. And then about Wi-Fi, last you asking whether there is a last tenure or not. Are you guys BCP? Don't you guys feel that okay, last tenure was our family also? So it's literally show that you guys are differentiating it. It's just your previous tenure. What do you guys think? We are proud to see SPP, right? Am I or not? Yeah.
Okay, let me address one by one. Okay, so sorry, I misunderstood your first question. But okay, so what we want to do, because I remember back during OBIC, they already mentioned that you know we have somewhat of a system to track so that we can make sure there are students that don't get left out and all that, right? Yes, that is that. But we have actually spoken to CSD, and CSD was also keen to use it to develop this system with us, this centralized database. Because from what I know, the current database isn't very centralized. It's not easily accessible, and we want this database also to help students know their achievements. They can refer back to something to know their achievements. Because you know, if you've got too many achievements, some of the smaller ones may go unnoticed here and there. So this system will not just be centralized, but also accessible to the students, but only to that certain one student, so that people cannot access your personal data, because you know that's just not right. So yeah, that's the thing. We want so that every event, every club, anything you join, any position you hold, is all recorded in that database. The old database has proven to be relatively ineffective, I would say. I think you may agree with that. And okay, so does that answer your question for the first question? Okay, I'll pass it to Izzy. Yep.
thanks for your questions. Two questions, right? Right. For the first one, you asked about the achievements, the data record for the achievements. I think that your party never engaged with CSD, right? So that's your problem. Because we have engaged with CSD. CSD to tell us that they are in processing the data, the centralized cloud data platform. That's why you don't know about it. Now, what's the difference between the previous one and the one we want to initiative, the new centralized cloud data? The first one, everything is being recorded in your apps, in your Power Apps, because CSD is in projecting the data, the platform in the Power Apps. So everything that you join, any events, any programs, because the previous one only for achievement. But this one, anything that you join any clubs, you join any events, you join any programs, each of that will be recorded in your apps, everyone. So that by that, for until your foundations, until your final year students, all of your events, all of your participations in UTP, nevertheless in local, in international, in national level, everything will be recorded and it will help you in your resume. That's my answer for the first question. Next, the second question. I also think that your party never engaged with DG because talking about the Wi-Fi, yes, I agree that in UTP the problem Wi-Fi from 20 years ago we have these problems. But when we engage with DG, there's one problem that we found about the router. Sorry, it's my pronunciation. The router is in old fashions because in our slides in our manifesto, we don't want to speed up the Wi-Fi, but we want to enlarge the usage of device to the Wi-Fi, because the Wi-Fi routers right now, every each student account only will be limited until 3 devices. But this is because the limitations of the router. But being said by the DG, we can modernize the router so that each of you will get a smoother Wi-Fi line in UTP. So I think that will answer your post questions. So I think the next 2 questions.
Sorry, we open the floor for anyone else first, and then the one that we get back to you. Sorry, we open the floor first to anyone else first, and then we get back to you. Because there are limited time. Sorry about that.
Hi, I want to ask one question. Actually, too bad. I think time is not more. So, my question is, I picked a sentence about the manifesto from one of the Malaysian politicians after they won the election that he said, it is so easy to make any manifesto, but it's not easy to fulfill the manifesto after winning the election. So, how do you can say that all the manifesto that existed is achievable aim within 3 semesters? Thank you.
Alright, thanks for your questions. Alright, so this is different. The difference between VCP and other parties. Every manifesto we have engaged with management, with the upper hand. So we have the authority, we have the facts. But because your questions does not specify to any of our manifestos, so I think that by my side and by VCP side and also UTP side, I think all of the manifesto can be done and is realistic within the 3 semesters. But in VCP, we don't only visions and mission only for within the 3 semesters. We aim and vision for a long time period, such as the centralized cloud data. Why not? At the end of this, another 5 years, another 10 years, we can do a star points for that to encourage people to participate in an event. That's a long time period of manifesto. So that I think by this one, this is differentiates between VCP and parties. We doesn't seem in a short terms, but also in the long terms. So I think that one every of our manifesto is realistic and achievable. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum to the VCP President. I have some questions for one of your manifesto. Before that, I want to introduce myself. My name is Khairil. Okay. Regarding the one of the manifesto, which is maximizing the usage of metric ID. Okay. When you present it, I believe it's a good manifesto. I have one question. Not one, sorry. I have three questions, but I want to answer. I want you answer one by one. Can? Okay. I will clearly deliver my question, and I want you to deliver your answer clearly to the students. Okay. So my first question. What guarantees can you give in the willingness of the financial institution, basically financial in UTP, that handle the usage of Metro ID, want to collaborate with us, basically with the SRC ID. So can you answer that first?
Alright, thanks, Khairul. So, like I said just now, we have engaged with the upper hand, we have engaged with the management. So, based on the Magic Card ID, as you know, for all the students in GLU, government-linked universities such as UniKL, MMU, Unitan, and also UTP, we have all of the GLU have signed the contracts with RHB. So that I believe this Magic Card ID, by the support from the SRC, new election of SRC, we can guarantee that the Magic Card, the debit card is achievable. Thank you.
Alright, thank you. Thank you for your answer. For the next question, so as we know, in the UTP, there is not only we have only local students, but we also have an international student. So my question is, what mechanism will be implemented to ensure that the new system is accessible to the international student, and this without Malaysia bank account, and close without Malaysia bank account. Sorry.
Testing. Okay, let me just clarify. Your question was regarding international students being able to access this metric ID, right?
I don't mean the metric ID itself. Basically, you want to put a new system on the usage of the metric IDs, right? Some of the international students might not have the Malaysian banking, right? So how do you handle the issue? How you want to help the international student for the usage of the metric ID? So that's my question. Does only you want only local students to have the access metric cards? How about the international student? Can you explain?
Yeah, don't worry about that because we've already engaged with management and they've already mentioned that RHB will send representatives to come to UTP to help the international students with all this. Because for us Malaysians, we can just start the account using the RHB apps through online platforms and all that. But for international students, it's a bit harder. So RHB will send their representatives to come to UTP to help them open the accounts, to help them get access to this metric ID. So I want to clarify here, it is not just for local students, but for all UTP students. That's why we are Malaysia's #1 university, because we do not leave anybody out.
Okay. For my last question, how this initiative that can accommodate the student who may not wish to or cannot link their personal finance issue to the metric cards due to banking access issue.
Sorry, could you clarify?
question is how you want to accommodate the new student or the student in the UTP to use the new system in the UTP if they don't want to.
I believe, UM and all the public universities, they already make it mandatory, and it's the same for our current metric ID, where we have to have it. Yeah, and if you want to come into campus, because now when we want to come to campus, pass is now, we have to show our metric ID, right? So if you don't agree to it, you won't have a metric ID, and essentially you won't be a UTP student. So really, I don't really understand why, I don't understand the. No, I think students will have to, no matter what, because they want to enter UTP, they want to use the facilities. You need your ID card. So once this system is implemented, it will be compulsory, like our current student ID. Thank you.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum. My name is Shakir. So I heard that you just now saying that one debit, one metric, that kind of thing, right? Now, first of all, I want to tell you the one you mentioned about the debit card and the metric ID, isn't it? Right? So I thought it was the CSE department's initiative, not yours. That's the first point. And then I want to ask, is that even an issue? Do we really need a bank card right now? Is that even an issue for you guys? We are here to discuss the issue of the problem for students, not like something that is not even related. Come on, guys.
Alright, thanks for your questions. Alright, so let me look at our metric card ID in your pockets or in your back of your phones. It's useless, by the way. You just use the metric card ID just to go in and outside of the UTP. That's all. And the last one, you use the metric card ID only for the final exam. What for the metric card ID? That's why we want to maximize the usage of the metric card ID. Because as we look at the public universities, everyone, when they go to the class, when you go to the kuliah, they wear the lanyard and the metric card ID. That's the image of the student of universities. That's why in UTP, we want to implement this one. Because the maximizing of the metric card ID and also with the collaboration with the financial institutions, it can give you benefits and privilege. As I said, like before, I think you didn't hear what I said just now. Because from what we can get from the debit card and the metric card ID, we can get benefits such as discount. When you go to Mary Brown, you go to the Sunway Lagoon, you can go to any theme park, you will get discount as a student. That's why this privilege, these benefits, we as VCP, we want to fight for all UTP students in UTP. That's all. Thank you.
Okay. Hi VCP, my name is Alex. So my question for you relates back to the metric card. I think everyone is interested about that. So I'm gonna ask also. You mentioned just now that you engaged with CSE, if I'm not mistaken, right? You have already engaged with CSE on that. And you also mentioned that UTP have already signed with RHB. So why is it in your manifesto when it has already been ongoing? Why are you putting it in your manifesto? And please don't be aggressive towards me because you already marked semua dah di plan. Thank you.
Right, thanks. I think that we can agree that everyone in this stage agree and like our manifesto as the debit card. So I think if we win the VCP wins, we can give you the debit card with the metric card ID. And I want to correct Bro Arif lah. We engage with DBCSA, not CSE. DBCSA that told us that thing. Okay, so the questions. Because you said that we have signed the contracts. Alright. If you see on the semester breaks, if you go to the Outlook, they have a survey, right? There's a survey. That means that while we in UTP, we are searching and surveys is the implementation of the debit card is good or not. Therefore, in VCP, we want to fight for it. That's why it's in our manifesto. Yes, it's not our initiative, but we want, as SRC, we want to fight so that the debit card is achievable in UTP, not just on the paper, not just on the planning for the debit card also, Bro Alif. So I think to answer your questions, if we win the elections, we will fight with management to make these things achievable. Thank you.
Thank you, Varsity Civic Party. Without any further delay, I would like to call upon party representative from Student Progressive Party, SPP, to present their manifesto. The floor is
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good evening everyone. My name is Townhall and I'm the president of the Student Progressive Party SPP. Tonight, I'm excited to present to you our vision to the future of UTP, which revolves around improving facilities, enhancing student experiences, and also facilitating sustainability. Move on to the first slide. Alright, for the first manifesto, Green Smart Campus, walkways with complete roofings from villages to academic blocks. So what we want to do, we already did that. SPP already did that. So we want to continue from V3, V5, from CH and to Block G. What we want to do, we want to continue. We don't want to implement and suggest new ideas, but we want to continue for student good. Second, refurbish empty spaces in UTP to become the second study space. Because if you look, when you look at the study space at Rocket C, there's not good enough space for students to study. Number 3, put in more scooter parking spot and charging plug points for e-scooters. For this part, if you know CSC already plus on the outlook that they are already planned to do this also. So SPP plan to implement this and put the charging port at the V3, and also we want to suggest and go further discussion with management to do this scooter charging port also at the Chancellor Complex. Next. Second, sports and arts and culture facilities. Increase numbers of rooms for training and enhance the quality of the room. As you know, we have a lot of talented students here. We have UPEC, we have Interbit, but the quality of the room are not good enough because they're having a lot of problems, such as their studio are not in a good condition. Second, time extension regarding the curfew. So what we want to implement, what we want to suggest to the management, we want to extend the curfew at the sport complex. I know that some students are mad at SPP. Why you want to extend the curfew at V5 court? Because that will disturb students to sleep, right? So right now, I want to clarify that we don't want to do that. We don't want to do at V5 court the extension regarding the curfew, but we only want to do that only on weekends only. Alright, next. Happy Meals Hour. Before I proceed, I would like to announce that during upcoming Monday, we're going to launch our Happy Meals Hour at V1, V2, V4, and Cafe Sayang, our Happy Meals Hour. So you guys can go there and get a menu rahmah that provided by the Cafe PIC. So commencing a weekly based service where cafes in UTP rotate around to serve food with a more cost-saving budget. We know UTP is a lot of T20 students, but we have to take a look at dengan izin golongan yang tidak berkemampuan. Bukan hanya I didn't mean that T20 tidak boleh sebab kita tidak ada perkara tersebut. Maksudnya once we say happy meals hour bukan untuk satu golongan tapi untuk semua golongan student. Next. Reconstruct OneDrive quota. Ini adalah isu hangat. So expanding OneDrive, ensure discussion with DG and SRC expansion of storage. And we have discussed with DG for further info and details. Next. Standardized academic resources. We will create a new platform to compile all the past semester tests and exam papers for easily accessible. As we know, we have UTP there, but you know that's not all students can access. We need to request permission first and then get the email and also password. Sebab tu baru kita boleh dapat untuk access UTP there. So what we want to implement, we want to suggest RSC, liaise with RSC PIC so that kita boleh buat satu. Sekiranya tidak ada new platform, we can provide UTP there dengan upgrade the system. Next. Residential village, weekly report or village representative. Conduct a weekly report and assign a person in charge, PIC, to contact personally for faster action. Let's say the student make report through UCS, but there's no response. So what we want to implement is, the student just need to go to the SRC website dengan izin sekiranya kami diberikan mandat. What we're going to do is, the student just need to put their report number and then SRC will liaise through to PIC village, which is RCSU, RV and VREP. Second, upgrade residential village facilities, refurbish new cooking utensil and common room space. And the last one, restructure laundry facilities, improve convenience and maintenance. As you know, we have a lot of problems regarding to laundry, water overflow, overheating, payment system. So we already discussed among HICOM and some management. So maybe we can dapatkan kata sepakat on this part. Next. Diversity and inclusivity, enhancing student development through club system, transportation and facilities booking system, centralized hotline for club, student merit system, improve the claiming system also. As we know, untuk kita dapatkan claim ini bukan mudah dan bukan hanya sekadar petik jari, okey, hari ni claim, esok dapat. There's take time untuk benda ni. Second, enhancing student experience, introduce new parameter for tiering system and inclusivity between clubs. That's all for manifesto presentation. I will proceed the Q&A session right now.
Alright. So my name is Logan. Okay, I'm from RSP. Alright. So I have 3 points that I'm going to talk about. The first one is about your walkways, right? You said you want to have walkways from the academic blocks from the residential village all the way to the academic blocks. So in the first place, why did you think that UTP did that? So I have met with people before in the construction and management. So the reason why they didn't do this is because for transportation and big lorries pass by. So for example, if you see in B3, you know there's a tempat where it's pecah, right? There's those places, it's for big things to pass by. So you cannot put a full-on covered walkway in most of the places. There has to be some gaps. And the second point is to extend the curfew. First of all, you didn't really mention what time are you going to extend the curfew to. And if you want to do that, there's a lot of people who actually play sports at night. And you also said you wanted to do only on weekends, right? So that's the problem, because on weekdays is when people really play sports at night, because they have classes, you know, our classes are from 8 to 10 p.m. So if our classes end at 10 p.m. and now we go back to our rooms, we change and so on, and then only we can go to play sports. And then what time are you going to close it? If you close it at 10, then what are they going to do if they want to play? You should just leave it as it is.
I don't see a big problem. Maybe on exam weeks you can implement this, but on normal days, I think it should be fine. And weekdays, you don't really need the system because on weekdays they are free, they can play in the evenings and so on. Now my third point is, okay, you want to standardize the academic resources. You talked about Wikipedia as a problem, right? Wikipedia have to log in, this, that. Students cannot access it, and you want to make a new system, almost like Wikipedia, where they can easily access the past year resources, final papers, blah, 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 and so on. Okay, why not? Instead of doing all this, you want to make a new system, you want to compile all the papers and so on. Why isn't it simpler to just go to UTP and ask them to remove the login from Wikipedia, you know? Just make Wikipedia open source, just everyone can access it like that. Why is it hidden behind a login wall anyway? Yeah.
Alright, thank you so much. Okay, first, we talk about workplace, right? Yes, we do spoke it. Prof. Dr. Hisham. Okay, Dr. Hisham suggests that same what you said, because we need to respect vendors and then maybe lori yang akan masuk. So what we suggest and discuss, bukan semua tempat untuk kita orang buat roofing ni, sebab we need to give them road juga untuk lalu. So there's a specific roofing and workplace yang kita orang akan implement, bukan semua tempat. That's the first. And the second one, you talk about extension the curfew. Alright. So extension the curfew. So basically, we don't say that curfew di B5 court hanya sampai 10 malam saja. So for your information, curfew di B5 court ataupun di mana-mana court adalah pada